What's up, everybody? Welcome to a bonus episode of the Weekend Update, fourth quarter of 2019. These are stories that we kind of missed out on because of our holiday break.
And by that, he's pointing the finger at me, saying it's my fault because I have too much shit to do on the holidays.
Well, me and you both, brother.
Yeah, I think everyone does nowadays.
Wow. Almost.
Almost. We'll see.
But anyway, so these are your top stories of the last quarter of 2019. All right, the first one is homebuyers have the option of having a rental family in Japan. This is in Japan.
This is Japan because of course it is. Because rental families and like rental people are like a huge business there. Apparently, I did a little more research on this, and it's like profitable as fuck.
I guess. I mean, single. I guess. I'm pretty sure most demographic is males.
Yeah,
it's like,
very lonely males.
Like, hey, you want to buy a house? This is what you can get. You can have your wife, who backstory, which is weird, by the way.
They do that. Okay, so I can't remember because I'm skimming through the article and from my research. Do they give you a backstory of who the wife is, or do you like pick one? I can never.
No,
remember.
they
give it to you.
It's a pre one,
Okay.
As well as a pre backstory daughter who loves you very much, which is also weird. So I would love to know how this goes down.
We've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Yeah, true enough. So I was wondering, like, when you set up the walkthrough of these people's house, I'm like, before even that, it's like, yeah, I want to do this rental family, and do you just, all right, here's the keys, and you just, walk through, and then.
Well, I think the entire point of it, because the article doesn't go into a whole lot of detail about it, but it sounds like it's kind of like what home sellers do in America, where they like furnish everything to make it look really nice and lived in. They have the rental family there if you're like a single dude and you're trying to sell your home, but you want it to look like it's okay for a family to live there. So it's just like a sales thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
At least in this instance, don't get us wrong. There are like you can rent a family for like a weekend if you really fucking want to, but yeah, it's very, very strange. Apparently, it was a promotion just for November, so.
Yeah, but why? I mean, I know why.
Yeah.
But still.
This is so great. This is one of the backstories. Your wife, whom you've been married to for 8 years, is described as having an active and warm personality and a talented swimmer who loves cooking and her family. Meanwhile, your daughter is a bit of a crybaby, but has a strong sense of curiosity, and she also loves you very much.
Mm. Yeah, it's almost.
Oh my god, I love Japan. Japan's the best.
Is there such thing as a nuclear family in Japan? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know enough people that have been there or lived there long enough to give me an answer. So
maybe I should.
There's got to be right. Like that's got to be a thing.
I mean, I should email the person at JList, because the owner of JList, to see, because he lives over there for years and years. Maybe he'll
maybe he has some insight on it.
All right, next one is a Frenchman, higher up Frenchman in the government, for the longest while, likes to watch women pee. So the premise of the whole story of this, for past, I don't know, a couple decades,
This went on for 9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
Almost a decade. Basically likes to drug women up, put something in their tea or coffee. I don't know what the fuck they drink.
So I'll kind of summarize the article. Basically, he would offer them cups of tea or coffee without telling them that the drinks were spiked with a diuretic that gave them an urgent need to urinate. On some occasions, the women, who are often interviewees for jobs, were then offered walking tours of a heritage site. And basically, when they felt the effect of the drug, that's when the weird shit would happen.
So, I mean, yeah, that puts a whole nother meaning on R. Kelly's piss.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine if R. Kelly got his hand on this shit? Holy crap. But yeah, like, he would literally, he intentionally walks them around, like, yeah, you come in for this job interview, here's some coffee or tea. sip. All right, now let's go and walk somewhere, and like they would just like
Yeah.
piss themselves like in the middle of the walk because they couldn't get to the bathroom in time. It's like even more messed up because he would like offer to shield them, like he would like wear a coat, like a trench coat
Yeah.
or something, and he would offer to cover them up. Like,
and he also has candid shots while at the desk, and eventually he got caught because some lady finally looked under the table and like, what the fuck you
yeah,
doing?
like what the actual fuck is this?
So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
It just brings, I've thought I've heard of it all, honestly, but like drugging women just to make them piss themselves. That's a new one for me. I mean,
Wow.
I thought R. Kelly just peeing on 12-year-olds was not okay, but
She was 16 right
Your Honor, she was 16 at the time.
All right, for all you Pokemon fans, this is hilarious when I read it.
This is honestly this is how, it's how, fan bases can be dedicated. So
But anyway, yeah, for all you Pokemon fans, there was a pension that went out
yeah, petition
To-
to Trump,
to Trump
to specifically Trump,
to ban Sword and Shield because it was just utter crap.
because yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. I liked it, but whatever.
I don't own a Switch.
How many signatures did it get?
I don't know, but it didn't get enough from the. I think it needed what 100K.
Yeah, it needs to reach like 100K for it to go anywhere.
And then which it didn't.
Yeah. Oh God, what was it?
But anyway, yeah, because of all the bugs, the whatever, what have you, I didn't play it because I don't own a Switch. But yeah, apparently there's a lot of bugs in it where I'm like, nope, no, I don't want this in the States. Trump, do something with this.
Yeah,
But didn't go anywhere. So
Yeah,
I find it funny that for all the Trump haters out there, they kind
they're
of
they're like, please ban this Japanese cartoon.
So
Well, with some of the news happening in the date of recording this, Trump's foreign policy and political agenda is like my dad's idea of hunting when he has a doe license. If it's brown, it's down. So but yeah, I don't. This is kind of how like this is like the shit that I argue like of how fans ruin a franchise for people. And this is like the prime example of like we are signing a petition so that we can ban this game. It's like it's not that bad. Just chill the fuck out.
no, wasn't there another petition, not for Pokemon, but another game? I forgot. I don't know. Yeah.
There's been a couple of petitions for a couple of games. There is one that actually succeeded, and that was because it. So I've played it, and I'm not proud of the fact that I've played it. But it's a game. It's a like interactive, weird, like 3D sex game called Rape Play. And the entire premise is like some of those hentai where they're like, I'm going to turn the mother and daughter into my slaves, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. And when you actually play it, it's not that's awful to say. It's fucking rape and shit, which is bad, obviously. But like the contents of the game is no worse than like some hentai and like some like actual porn that I've seen. Like it's no different. But it's just because you're like interacting with it and controlling it. That's where like this huge petition like started. So they banned the sale of it and blah blah blah. And like you have to do some like deep digging on the web to like get a copy of it. But yeah, that's like the only thing that I've seen where like backlash from the community was like, this is a bad thing and you shouldn't do it. Don't sell this. Where it like actually worked. So.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought Sword and Shield was fine. I guess I just don't understand the need for a petition to. It's fucking. Yeah.
So I guess you got it after they did bug fixes, or before.
No, I never ran into bugs when I was playing. My game didn't crash. I didn't have issues, nothing. So, although I guess I wasn't one of those people that have like a Japanese Switch just so I can play a game like 3 days early or whatever the fuck they can do. So maybe that's why. But whatever. Yeah. Just gamers and people are weird. That's all this article really boils down to.
Yep. Yeah. Yes,
Speaking of people being weird, we have an old woman cuts OL ponytail. So essentially, to summarize this one up, an old lady, 51 years old, was sitting on a bus, and some younger lady was sitting in front of her, I believe, taking up 2 seats. Well, woman spreading, quote unquote, whatever the fuck. I think she had like her bag or something. And she was a little drunk on the bus, because that's what one does when you're drunk, is you take public transportation, apparently. And
Well, yeah.
her argument was, man, I really don't like having people's hair in my face. This kind of sucks, even though on the video I don't think, because it's all captured on video, because, you know, buses have cameras on them.
Yeah.
Don't think the hair was anywhere near her face or anything like that. I think she was just actually mad. So she just, you know, took some scissors and solved the problem herself. Snip, snip. And this is a direct quote from her. I've had people's hair in my face and I wanted to cut it too. It's bad manners to sit in 2 seats and play with your smartphone on a bus where whatever. I don't want people talking to me, so I got my phone. And here's my favorite one. The victim should have been more considerate.
Yeah. And also in this article, it pointed out that this bus was empty.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
Like,
there was
there's 5 people,
there was
including
literally
the-
like 4 or 5 people on this bus. Like quiet ass bus. No one wasn't talking. And to top it all off, which was super funny, not only was this woman drunk, but she was sitting in one of those like designated seats for like the disabled, and she has no disability according to the article. So she was just mad at this young lady for having long hair and just started to snip.
Yeah. It was funny. I kind of got a chuckle out of this.
Oh, I
article.
laughed so hard. I was like, damn, I've never been that drunk and irritated in my life to just cut somebody's hair.
Yeah, I mean, not only that. I mean, I read plenty of articles about, you know, public transportation is basically like New York is the #1 thing.
Oh yeah, no, like
in
if
Japan.
you like want to like have a good time, like go on a city bus in any city.
Yeah.
Just ride it all the way through and see what happens.
And so, I mean, because of our whole culture, like, it's dead quiet. I'm like, the only thing you do on a public transportation is either read a book.
You read a book,
Or
you
you're
listen
on
to
your phone.
music, or you like have headphones in, you're staring out the window, or you're just like looking down at your feet, just not bothering anyone. The only people that bother people on public transportation
Is
are,
this lady?
Is this,
cutting
is
out-
this lady? Yeah, is this lady the drunks, the crackheads, or the homeless? Like, those are the only people that talk on a bus. Like, it's insane. Like, my coworker takes the light rail in the cities, which is basically kind of like a red car
Yeah.
and kind of shit for those people who don't know. And the amount of stories that he tells me is just wonderful. Like, he saw 2 homeless dudes fighting over a bike that one of them brought onto the station, like, claiming that they each owned it. And, like, they were just wrestling, and he was just sitting there minding his own business. And one of them, like, apparently looked at him and was like, yeah, I'm right, aren't I? And he's just like, what? I don't know, dude.
What is going on? All
I
right.
have no idea what's going on. It's so great.
I don't want it.
Right, let's go away. Little pupper. Oh, yeah. No, this was probably, like, the safest and funniest story where this 52-year-old drunk lady was like, I don't like your hair. Snip.
All right. I think this one's actually pretty good out of all of the stories that we have. Yeah. So, Ninja, who I'm pretty sure we all know.
Anyone in the internet probably knows who
who
Ninja
he
is.
says Fortnite is harder than pro sports. Yeah.
Yeah, so this stirred up a lot of controversy. So we're going to read the tweet that this started out with. I'm not going to read his reply because I think Ninja was just in a really fucking bad mood that day because he really started to dig a grave. So he basically tweets out, I'll never understand how college and NFL football teams allow kickers that just miss kicks. I feel like there has to be a pool of kickers in the USA that won't miss simple kicks or snappers that won't miss the snaps. I don't know, man. It seems so silly. I would love opinions on this. And this, like, started a whole fucking avalanche of shit. Where basically Ninja then went on to say, like, Fortnite's harder than, or, like, esports and, like, Fortnite is harder than professional sports and shit like that. And obviously nothing happened to Ninja because no one gives a shit what Ninja says about this shit.
No.
But it kind of goes back to a discussion that people have been having for a while of are esports athletes, you know, which is it as hard as being a professional sports player, you know, things like that. So he kind of restarted that conversation, but he did it in a really shitty and, like, really fucking egotistical way.
Yeah.
Where this guy is, like, multi-millionaire, has made like really smart deals with his career, and like has made like a brand for himself, and he just tweeted out this really fucking stupid thing that had nothing to do with him. And I honestly, I guess, don't know why.
Which is weird because he said this because like I watch or listen to Undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
For those who do not know of the show, it's on FS1. Has Michael Shannon, which is, you know, he's a Hall of Fame tight end who won a ring for Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
And his, I guess, co-host is Skip Bayless. He basically covered basketball and football since Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys.
Oh, I was gonna joke and say like since Jesus was born. I feel like that guy's been around.
Yeah, he has actually. Like he's been covering the sport for 40 years.
For a long fucking time.
But anyway, I don't know. Have you heard the Hot Ones on YouTube where they, you know, eat the hot ass shit?
Yeah. I love that show. It's really
so cool. They were on there, and a question came up and say, "Are esports considered athletes or whatever?"
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp actually mentioned Ninja on there. It's like, yeah, I knew him, I know him of him, and yeah, I do consider esports an actual thing.
Yeah.
And Skip says no, which is kind of weird. That
which is
he said this after this came up. So
yeah, so I think that might have had something to do with it. He might have been a little salty on the whole thing. I don't know,
but yeah, to the point. Yeah, I think Ninja's at this point. There is a slew of kickers out there that can do it,
and yeah,
he did have a point right there.
And I'm not disagreeing with him. Like, if you're a kicker, under pressure, you should be able to make the kicks. That is like your sole job on an NFL team. So I see what position he's coming from, especially if you just watch like his favorite team miss like a 10-yard field goal or something.
Blair Walsh.
Blair Walsh.
Fucking Blair Walsh.
I understand the frustration in wanting to say that because like if you're a quarterback, you should be able to throw the ball. If you're a wide receiver, you should be able to catch and run a couple of yards. If you're a running back, you should be able to run the ball. Like if you're in a position that you signed up for and you train in, you should be able to perform your duties. Like I think it's as simple as that. But when he like just says this really stupid shit,
flat out says,
when he says it in a way that's very condescending and very like, I know everything about NFL and sports. How dare these teams not be on my level? Like it's really dumb. Really, I don't care that he said it because I don't give a shit about sports or Ninja or whatever. I care in the way that he did say it, and yeah, I very easily see why people were upset with this guy. So
yeah, I mean, I would like to know if he played. He doesn't look like he played sports in school.
No, I mean, if you look at he's like 6'2", like 110.
Is he?
He's like a scrawny. I don't know what he is, but he looks very lanky.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him on The Masked Singer.
The Masked Singer. He looked lanky as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how tall Nick Cannon is. I think he's like 6.
I think Nick Cannon's like 5'2". No, he's 5'8". He's 5'8".
He's 5'8"?
Yeah, Nick Cannon's 5'8".
Oh, then I don't. Okay.
You got to remember that costume's got to add something to that too. So.
But anyway, so I don't really pay much attention to Ninja, but after reading this, it's like, I mean, esports do have some skill, you know, hand-eye coordination. But
we'll get off this in a second, but it basically comes down to, you know, does playing a game for 8 hours for practice count as practicing for 8 hours in football or some shit like that?
No, it doesn't.
And some people would say no, some people say yes, and you know, it just depends on how you want to approach the conversation. So.
Well, for those who say yes, I like to see them do 2-a-days. But anyway, enough about all that.
Yeah, enough about that shit. So now we're gonna get into another really funny story.
So if we have a news story.
Old people are the best.
Another old guy screaming at the clouds. Only in this case, he was screaming at his wireless provider. Or something like that.
I think it's his phone provider.
Yeah, phone provider. Saying, I'm getting so many drop calls, and he's just constantly call in the back, hanging, or just straight up hanging up as well.
Yeah, he so the story. God, it's so funny.
I left the picture with that show.
Yeah, the picture on the website is just an old dude with a cane shouting to the high heavens. So a 71-year-old man from Tokyo has been arrested by police for fraudulent obstruction of business after making 24,000 calls to his phone operator. So apparently he was complaining about the company's violating his contract because his phone was not picking up radio broadcasts, and then there's also a thing about dropping calls. Said that his phone company, KDDI, said that most of the calls involved him either insulting customer service staff or demanding that company representatives come to his house to apologize. On occasion, he would call the customer service and hang up as soon as they responded.
Oh man, I can't wait till I get old.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Uh,
Where do you find the time to make 24,000 calls?
Retirement, man.
Yeah, apparently.
Retirement.
Also, to combat his fucking complaints, were any of those 24,000 calls that you made dropped?
Hey, I tried to call you, but drop my call.
I'd be at 25,000 if this shit worked.
So
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that article. I mean, yeah, there's not much to it. He made 24,000 complaints, and the police were like, dude, you need to fucking stop. To go as far as how actually nice his company was, they're like, we didn't want to press charges, but we had to because we couldn't provide customer service to other people.
you gotta wonder how big this company is.
Oh, I imagine it's like one of those like offshoots, like kind of like, you know, Virgin Mobile or some shit here. Like they have so like, you know, we have like 8 options here in the States. Like everywhere else has like 50 options. So
I know. just like the internet cable, we're just borrowing off certain towers.
Yeah.
Cables or whatever.
Whereas like everywhere else in the world, it's like we have 37 providers with like 10 up, 10 down as like a bare minimum for like $20, and we're like, can we get some of that freedom?
Yeah.
Can we get some of that FCC? Let's go. Oh wait, that's right. You're disowned and fucking disfunded and bullshit.
But yeah, that was a good kick.
Oh yeah, there's not much to that article. Just some old guy got arrested because he was mad.
All right. So this past Christmas, this past Christmas in Japan, apparently the annual incel for all the lonely hearts that don't have any to share Christmas time with, went on their annual march to say, yeah, screw all you couples out there. Like, I hate you guys.
So I'm just gonna. I love whoever writes these articles on Sankaku. You are absolutely one of my favorite people. So here's like the opening lines to this. Beta males incapable of snagging a mate have once again participated in the annual Incel Christmas March in Shibuya, an event where a horde of lonely men parade around the city making a spectacle of themselves and blame others for their own unhappiness.
Sounds about right.
The minuscule legions of incels marching around Shibuya for 40 minutes with the usual police officers in tow and bystanders looking quite amused. Oh, and there's just a bunch of... Oh, there's like 10 of them. You know what their group name is called? The Revolutionary Unpopular Alliance. And it happens quite frequently during several different holidays. So this is like...
So I'm trying to think. So Christmas, New Year's.
I'm guessing Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day.
And White Day.
Yeah. Oh, what do they do during Golden Week, too?
No, I'm pretty sure they'll get arrested for that.
Oh, true.
Because planes can't even fly.
Oh,
US
yeah, that's
planes
right.
can't even fly during Golden Week.
You're right. Yeah,
So.
Probably White Day. You're right.
Yeah, so 1, 2, yeah.
That's good. That's
5?
probably bare minimum 5.
Yeah.
What else would they do it for? Oh, that's probably those are like the big ones.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm surprised we haven't adopted White Day.
Why would?
I don't know.
No, I understand. Like I wish we could because White Day is actually kind of a cool concept, but
It is.
Yeah, we don't. We can't even get fucking people to change Halloween to the fucking last Saturday of October, despite it being a fucking Hallmark holiday. So,
But anyway,
whatever. Point is, great story. I love it.
beta males. Oh,
Lonely beta males.
I know. I'll save that one for later because I don't think
So
I
great.
put it on here. I'll save that after the last one. So, once again, towards the end of the year, Pornhub does their annual search.
Yep, they reveal the dirty, dirty data on all you lonely bastards.
And lo and behold, hentai is the top search search one.
You'll never believe where that actually comes from. Russia.
Yeah.
Yep, Russia's main search category over 2019 went from MILF in 2018 to hentai.
And another tidbit that, for some odd reason, I think it's every other country. Or wait, no. You have it pulled up?
Yeah, I've got the article.
There's a statistic out there that says for almost every age group, the second most search is Japanese.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, all right.
So the way it happened, they had their Yoon review, and the reason if you look at the Sankaku website for this article, you'll see that Japanese is above hentai. Apparently, in like the last 2 weeks or something, like hentai just took over Japanese. So I don't know why, but yeah, the top 20 countries by traffic, United States by huge margin, like holy shit. Japan in second, which is kind of weird for Pornhub. Like I thought there was like a dedicated like porn website for Japan.
Maybe.
Because I know like their version of YouTube is a Nico Video, so I thought they had like their own Pornhub, but apparently not. United Kingdom, apparently you guys aren't super lonely over there. Canada, France, then Germany, then Italy, and then a bunch of other stuff. Surprisingly, despite their huge population, Russia is only in like number 16 or 17 or something like that. So. Way to go, North America. Lesbian is our top category.
It's always the top category.
I know it is. India and China love Japanese, apparently. Oh, no, India loves Indian. Saudi Arabia and, like, the Middle East is... Can you guess what their favorite category is?
Oh, I don't think I looked it up, so no.
Anal.
I can see that.
Yeah.
can see
Egypt and those are Arab. Doesn't surprise me. Wow, all of Africa. Can you guess what that is?
Oh, big butts.
Ebony. So yeah,
The-
big ass. Australia, lesbian. Doesn't surprise me. Yeah, 18 to 24 is Japanese and hentai. 25 to 34 Japanese and hentai. 35 to 44 is Japanese and amateur. 45 to 54 is Japanese and mature.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
Why is everyone
I know,
so
right?
horny for the Japanese? Oh, don't worry, Japanese. The 65 plus crowd ain't interested. They only want the mature category. Followed immediately by Japanese.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, god damn it! It's 2019, people. So now we're just talking about fucking Pornhub searches. This is fantastic. The United States, the top 5 porn stars: Lana Rhoades, which okay, whatever. Mia Khalifa, despite her not being in the business for like 5 years at this point. Abella Danger, I don't like her ever since she changed her hair. It looks awful. Riley Reid, who again I'm pretty sure has not been in the business for like
I haven't
ever.
heard that name in years.
Brandy Love, who I have no fucking idea who that is. Our top 5 categories. This is for United States, by the way. Lesbian, ebony. That's interesting. Amateur, MILF, threesome. You're weird, America. Top relevant category. God damn it.
Relevant.
It's relative categories.
Oh.
In order: Latina,
Mm-hmm.
ebony,
Mm-hmm.
interracial,
Okay.
BBW, big ass. I feel like all 3 of those are kind of just like the same, or all 5 of those are kind of the same thing. But.
Well, I mean, I could get into it,
Oh my
but
fucking god! Why is this a thing?
what?
So the top trending searches, up by 763%. ASMR. Why do you want ASMR porn? You fucking weirdos.
I clicked on it on. You might have to help me out because I clicked on it on ManyVids to see what it was, and it didn't appeal to me, and then I just completely
I
forgot.
don't get what ASMR is.
Have you-
I
I
don't know.
Never mind.
Best friend. Yeah, these searches are kind of.
But anyway, so yeah,
Yeah, these are. If you want like a fun ass read, find the Pornhub statistics. It's just, it's phenomenal.
yeah.
Oh
It
god,
is.
we got super sidetracked because of how fun that is.
Yeah. All right. Our next one is so apparently an old woman at the Japanese Walt Disney
Disneyland.
fondled Minnie Mouse and Donald Duck on. These are two separate occasions. Just give you
Yeah,
a heads up.
it's two different. I don't think it's.
But
the same.
they were both old.
Yeah.
They were both
Yeah.
old. And one instance, they I forgot who. Doesn't matter. Asked for a kiss from I think Donald Duck, and then next thing you know, she's reaching down reach down in the mouth,
Yep.
trying to get a little feel on over the bra. By the way,
Yeah.
over the bra. By the way. But yeah, so apparently, old women still like to get their freak on with I can't even say it. Anthropology.
Anthropomorphic.
Thank you. I can't even fucking say it. But yeah, I think that was funny. Maybe not as funny as the old man as yelling at the cloud.
Yeah, no, this one is actually like pretty fucking disturbing because that's like, not okay. That's bad. That's some nasty shit you're doing there.
It is. I mean, it would have been if it was like a 20-year-old male doing it.
I mean, if it's like a kid doing it like on accident, like just excited and like just whatever, that's like okay, you're a dumb kid who you happen to do it on accident. When like a 61-year-old dude or like lady like does some overbroad touching and is like super ecstatic about it, like you should get the fuck away.
Like, what
Get
the fuck?
off. But yeah, like I remember reading like people would talk about like ex-Disney employees from like all over the world would talk about like some of the weird shit. Apparently, like a really common thing is like people slipping them room card keys for the hotel and like telling them to like meet them there. Like apparently that's like a popular thing that happens.
No shit.
Yeah, like both costumed and non. So like poor Elsie gets like hit on every other 2
Hey,
minutes.
I don't know about you, but the live action, the Disney princesses are pretty hot.
Oh no, I'm not
Pretty
saying
hot.
that. I'm not saying they're not attractive. My God, I'm gonna get in trouble when I'm going in February because my girlfriend's gonna be like, "Do you want to go to see the Disney princesses?" I'm gonna be like, "No."
Wait, are you going to Florida or Cali?
Florida.
Okay.
Cali's way too expensive.
Yeah, bad.
But yeah,
Okay.
it's just sad that this happens from like old ass people who should know better. Like
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you're just 16. You're like, fuck it. I've got nothing else to lose. Like, I don't know.
I'm not coming back here again.
Yeah, I'm not coming back here again. Fuck it.
All right. Now some horrible news for all you future parents,
Yep.
may not. This could be on the horizon
This is just
if you have kids.
This is just sad.
So, some elementary school in Nebraska. It doesn't matter.
It's pretty universal though, so it doesn't really necessarily matter. They did it nationwide. It happened. It was a pretty big survey. So
But anyway, a lot of elementary boys, their number one job pick when they want to grow up is to be
YouTubers / internet content creators, and honestly, it's really fucking funny to me because they're not watching the right people. I feel like they're watching like the shills who are like giving them ads for Raid Shadow Legends every fucking 4 minutes, or like 10-minute 1-second videos so they can get that sweet ad revenue and all that bullshit. Whereas if you watch like the people that actually put effort into their videos, they're like, this sucks. I'm making no money. YouTube is fucking us. YouTube is only getting worse. Like that's why they've all like, I can name like 10 people that I used to watch on YouTube that they updated very regularly. Now they just do Twitch shit because that's like the only way they can survive anymore is Twitch. And like, yeah, it's very, very sad that everyone's like, I want to be a YouTuber, when all I hear from anyone who actually puts effort into it is that it's getting worse and worse and worse to be a content creator. So Also, I don't really think that they realize how much actual work goes into it.
No, I mean,
depending on what
kids.
depending on what you're doing. Like if you're just uploading, like I did really good in this Fortnite game, like that's like whatever. You just take that chunk, put it in your video compiler,
Hey.
whatever.
But for real though, that's what I used to do for Gears of War 3. I mean, this was like people around my age. Like I don't know if I said this, but around me, we were basically the beta testers of all this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause my coworker, that's all he did was when I don't know what Call of Duty game was out around that time.
Oh my God, Call of Duty commentary. It was like the first gameplay stuff on YouTube. Holy shit.
Yeah, and that's all he did on when he uploaded video, because he was pretty good. So he just takes.
So he just took whatever good games he had and just.
Well, no, he did a certain loadouts.
Oh, okay.
He just did certain loadouts and then play on that certain loadout and then uploaded it and he just commentated.
And would just commentate. Yeah, like that's like OG YouTube stuff though.
Yeah, and I did the same thing with Gears of War 3.
Yeah.
So, but now, how many freaking...
Yeah, like there's so
how many outlets are there now?
You Google fucking like... I'll just use Fortnite as an example. Like, how many fucking Fortnite YouTubers are there that get like 10K videos or 10K views on their videos? Like,
yeah,
and like they're trying so hard to make it. It's like, I feel so bad.
I mean, I kind of honestly, I wish Twitch was around 10 years ago. That would have been awesome.
In a way, I do. In a way, I don't. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. I wish Twitch didn't get sold to Amazon because now even Twitch seems to be going down that way, where people are like, we're getting banned for no fucking reason, but this person who has like 100 more viewers than me on average did the same thing and they didn't get banned, and like they try to appeal it and Twitch is like, oh well, the ban stays, and they're like, why? Like what is happening? Can you communicate? And yeah, just YouTube like doesn't communicate. Twitch is getting worse with communication. Like being like a content creator has like become not great from what I'm gathering. Like if you make it, you make it, but like you're stuck within like, if you like become like a Fortnite streamer, like you're a Fortnite, like you're playing nothing else on Twitch. Otherwise, your viewers are like minus 90%. Like it's insane. Like I use Hashinshin, a guy who plays League of Legends, as like a great example. When he's playing League, he gets like 6K viewers. When he's playing any of the other games that he actually wants to play, he's sitting at like 600.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wait, by Riot, other games or just different games?
Different games.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like he'll play like EU4 or like one of the, like the 4K like Stellaris or something like that, which he really loves, and he's really good at commentating and like really good explaining. He has a good community that he plays with, and I think that's his better content because all he does when he plays League is rage. But people like that shit because that's what he's known for. So he has to do that for like 8 hours a day, and then he can go and play the games that he actually wants to play so he can make ends meet. It's insane to me. So yeah, there's some shit. There's some shit.
So for all you future parents out there, lead them right.
Yeah, just let them.
right.
Just especially if you grew up watching content creators, especially like the ones who are just very honest about the profession. Like, there's a very dark side to being a content creator that nobody talks about, and I feel like people really need to.
So I mean, I would love to see how social media in general just in 10 years from now.
Oh, it's gonna be weird.
Or even 5 years. But anyway.
Yeah, 5 years. We'll see how it is.
Yeah, because you'd be surprised how big a lot of these social media just come out in
and
2
then die
years.
and
in
then
2
die.
years. Because I've heard of Twitter and I thought it was the stupidest shit ever.
I still think Twitter's the
it is
dumbest shit on the planet. But
even though I still use it,
literally the only reason I use it is because that's the only way I can keep up with like tournaments and shit. Because that's how people communicate now.
Yeah.
Is they announce everything through Twitter, and it's fucking obnoxious.
It is. But anyway, so a generous Colorado man.
He looks like a generous Colorado man too. This beard and mustache combo is so great.
So during the holidays, he robbed a bank.
Yep.
And immediately after that, he made it rain.
He made it rain.
He made it rain all over the street. But I those guys are, and then immediately he got arrested afterward. But no lack of trying for that.
Yeah.
And all the people who swooped up that money, they gave it back.
Yep. They're like, oh, okay, he robbed it. We'll be good people.
Sure. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe Colorado's just that nice of people, or they're all just high.
Well, it's like what I yeah. Well, I think that's it. I think they're like, shit, man. We gotta do the right thing. Right. You're a towel. Every time I think Colorado, I think fucking Towley from South Park.
Wait, was that supposed to be a McConaughey? Because as soon as you did that high thing accent. Jeez.
All right.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. McConaughey.
Where is he from? I don't even know where Matthew McConaughey is from.
I don't know.
Oh God.
All I see is Lincoln commercials. That's all.
All right. Yeah. Oh my God, he does the fucking Lincoln commercials. I forgot. Can't handle it. Every time I see his stupid face, I want to punch him.
I wonder how much money he's getting.
A lot more than what he's worth, and that makes me angry.
But yeah, so if you plan on robbing a bank,
Don't make it rain.
yeah.
Don't make it. Even if you want.
I mean, I know you try to be nice. You know,
Yeah, you just do it subtly.
like
Don't go in the middle of the streets and be like,
Don't-
"Oh, let's go!" Fucking P Diddy over here and shit.
all right. So our last news,
Yep. Last of the weekend update.
which I'm pretty sure you guys already know,
'Cause
Japan
This
is
made actual national headlines.
yeah. So as you already know, Japan's population is in decline.
Majorly.
Yeah.
They have hit their lowest birth rate on recorded history. You know how many were born? 864,000.
Yeah.
Less than 1 million new people were born in Japan this year.
Sucks. Well,
You know how
I
many
mean,
people died in 2019? 1,376,000.
So I can't remember. Is their I could have sworn their life expectancy is supposed to be up though, right?
The life expectancy is up, but the birth rate is way low.
Yeah. Which is, I guess, all those beta males.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, no, that's not the reason. It's just the economy, you know.
Well, it comes
That-
down. The reason it's been pointed out many, many times why this is happening, and it just has to do with their culture, essentially. You know, they spend so much time working, and they have no free time to do this shit. So that's why the birth rate's is plummeting. It's because they're working like 60, 70-hour weeks, and that's just the culture. Like, if your boss is still there, you're still there. Like, you work.
Yeah.
And you don't slack off. You don't, if someone calls you to work, you work. And apparently the government's like, yo, we're planning on increasing the birth rate, which I don't know how they come up with these figures. 1.4 children per woman to 1.8, but that requires a cultural shift.
You know when I read this, you know what I thought of?
Huh.
You seen those hentais where they have the
Oh, the fucking oh, I know exactly what one you're
there's like
talking
so
about.
many of them where
Yeah, there's a few, but there's a really popular one where the guy gets a pass so he can just sleep with any woman he wants.
Yeah, and
he gets fined if he doesn't finish inside them. It's funny as shit.
yeah,
I
so
think it's hilarious.
I can see that happening.
I low key. Oh god, what was it's called? A World's End Harem, where there's 5 dudes left and blah blah blah, a bunch of other shit. But it literally gets to the point where it's these dudes just mating with a bunch of women to try and re-get the population
Back up, yeah.
back up, and we're I'm half joking, half not joking, but I genuinely think Japan might be heading that way.
So
we're just gonna give passes to these healthy males, and
yeah, I'm like
women can sign up if they want kids, and that's gonna be their job with government subsidies or some shit.
yeah, because one of them was if you get knocked up, you're basically getting taken care of by the government, and that's what it was.
Very, very different to the United States.
Oh god.
Japan's like, please have children. The United States is like, please don't have children.
Yeah, and off topic right now. Amazon Prime just released their original One Child Nation.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I probably should.
I saw the trailer
Probably
for it.
should.
I'm like, oh, wow, that looks interesting. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't see it happening, but I think America should at least, maybe not a one, but maybe a two, maybe a 2-child policy.
Yeah, we'll get it because this is going to be debated by a bunch of people because of whatever. I was instilled with my parents that the reason they had 2 kids was just to replace them. Like that was their goal. They just wanted to replace themselves. They didn't want to overburden anything, and they could support 2 kids safely. It didn't matter what the benefits were tax-wise of having more kids. They felt it was their obligation to only have 2 kids. And you see like these fucking reality shows where they're like, we have 13 children, and I'm like, how the fuck do you have 13 children?
Yeah. Oh, what was that one? It wasn't Johnny K plus 8. It was another one.
Yeah, it was like that. That's how sad that is. That there was multiple shows with kids, with people being like, we have a shit ton of kids. Like, that's insane.
No, it was no, maybe that was, I don't know, but there was a show where they had like 2 sets of twins, 1 set of triplets, and like 1 single randoms here and there. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, well, and I know the show you're talking about. There was like weird controversy that happened with that family too. There was there were some accusations going on there, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
I don't know. I hate kids anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter to me. I'm never gonna have kids. I don't want kids. I can have kids. I don't fucking want them.
So I mean, occasionally I'm like, I'm waiting in line. I'm just driving down the street. I'm like,
and I see like a mom with like 4 kids that she's trying to like tow around.
Well, not just kids. I'm just saying in general. I'm like, man, there's a lot of people. Why can't there be a Thanos? Just
you know what?
Just
all I'm saying
just
is all I'm saying is maybe Thanos wasn't wrong. Everyone's like, he could just double the resources. I'm like, or we could just kill all the people.
I mean, if Japan wants to have, give a couple dudes free sex passes,
dude,
maybe America will have finally wise up on these franchise Purge movies.
Yeah. All I'm saying is maybe the Purge isn't a bad idea.
I mean, I know I probably won't make it to the second
one.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not making it through, like, any of the Purges, but, whatever.
That first year, I'll go balls to the wall, and then that second one, I'm like,
See,
know what?
like, you know how lame I am? During the Purge, I would just pirate everything. Just pirate a shit ton of series and just download all of it. And then I'd be like, and then as soon as the Purge is done, I'd be like, all right, I did my, law breaking. I've got it out of my system. That's how lame I am.
So, yeah, there was another one. I can't remember now. Never mind. There was another story that I saw. It was kind of iffy, but I don't remember it now.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is okay.
Damn dog.
So that was our fourth quarter weekend update. So yeah, maybe we'll do this again next.
Yeah, end of quarter 2020, end of quarter 1.
Yeah. So
we'll see.
Well, thanks. Anyway, blah.